everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
This week, I decided we're going to do another Best of Cruising Israel, which means we're going to look back on all the fun times we've had. And you know what? Max, I'm going to let you decide what kind of theme you would like to look back on.
How about animals? You've done so many things with animals.
That's true. We've done many farms. We've done many
Lots
zoos.
of Israeli critters for you to interact with. You want to take a look at some clips?
Sounds great.
Let's do it.
Today we're going to go check out a place that teaches visitors all about the life cycle of a duck. So let's go check out Haibar. The miracle of birth is one of the most fascinating occurrences on this planet. Here at the duck farm, not only do visitors get to witness this miracle, but learn all about their stages of development. Groups of all ages come to experience it all firsthand and learn something new about these mesmerizingly adorable creatures along the way.
So we show the people the stage of all the developing of the duckling inside the egg and outside when they grow up.
Activities like collecting the freshly laid eggs and bringing them to the incubator allows for a hands-on tour, fully demonstrating what the farm is all about. He looks very comfortable in your hand, so let me try to pick one up.
Cool.
We came here to learn about the life cycle of a duck, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go.
Okay.
What happens here in this room?
This room is a hatchery. Over here we are replacing, let's say, the mother duck who is laying over the eggs. That hatchery, we give all the environment which the egg need in order that the chick will develop inside it.
The hatchery is set to 37 degrees Celsius and rotates the eggs on a cycle so the duckling won't get stuck to one side. Watching the duckling make his way out of the egg was definitely a surreal experience. Wow, we just... Hey, and we have a head.
And we say, Mazal Tov!
Yay! Hello, welcome to the world. Today we're here in northern Israel at a unique park which connects people, nature, and animals all on the same wavelength. Let's go check it out. Yodfat's Monkey Forest is home to many species of monkeys, exotic birds, and other wildlife that all have one thing in common. They all came from harsh beginnings, but today are enjoying a loving, nurturing, and safe home by the woman who created it all, Nora.
His name is Baladi, and he's a Macau.
Talking.
Yeah, he's talking. Boker Tov, ma kore.
Nora is very big on educating people on the importance of having respect and compassion for the animals. The park offers many different areas where visitors can enjoy picnics while observing the animals in their own natural habitat. I never got this close to a monkey before. This is a fun experience. Oh my God, she's like the monkey whisperer. They're all coming to her.
Because they have something good, a good treat. You want a good treat in your hand, but they are alive. It's like...
What do you mean they're alive? What's alive? Ah, no way!
Okay.
It's worms.
It's like...
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Take one in your hand. Now they will come to you.
Ah! Wait, this takes getting used to. Hey, buddy. How's that worm? Tasty? I hear him chewing in my ear. So cute, huh? I feel like I'm in Snow White, where all the animals are just getting along.
I agree with you 100%. We have your 100% good vibes.
Yeah. In almost every Israeli kitchen, you'll find cheese and lots of it. And at the supermarkets, you'll always find a section offering a wide range of dairy products with many styles and flavors of cheeses sourced from all over the country. Each year, over 11 million liters of goat's milk are produced right here in Israel. And here in the show, we like to get to the source. So we are going to take you to a boutique dairy farm where we'll get a tour and a tasting. Meet Alon, the man that does it all. Besides for taking care of the goats, milking them, and feeding them, he guides tour groups and conducts cheese-making workshops for visitors.
Ever since we moved here and I was a child, I really liked walking outside, and I have a nature that I like to see in the end of the day what I have done.
Alon starts his day at 5 in the morning. Now that's dedication.
So we are going to see the goats in the goat pen.
Oh, I see some goats peeking already. With 80 goats, SPCA produces 25,000 liters of goat milk annually, enough for making their own cheeses for their visitors.
People are coming here also to make workshops. They learn how to make cheese themselves. Each one can make his own cheese on the place. Some more professional courses that you can also learn how to make all kinds of cheeses at home.
So what do you say we go inside and try the cheese?
Yeah,
Love
perfect.
to sample
I will just bring the goats inside.
So you really can't get any fresher than this. I mean, it's from the farm to the table.
Yeah, that's the idea, that we are using our own milk to make our own cheese. So all the cheese that we are making here are kosher. You are welcome to taste.
Yum.
This
is
is
my favorite.
Yeah, it's smart to start with the more delicate one and later on to taste the strong one.
Wow, it's really good. SPCA is open to anyone who wants to experience Israel's rural life, and the best part is it's only a short drive from the city. In the midst of the Carmel Mountains, there was once an abundance of wildlife residing here. But today, unfortunately, there was a major decline in their population, and the authorities at the Natural Reserve decided to take a stand. The Haibar Nature Reserve was established to reintroduce all wildlife that were common in biblical times to the Carmel Mountains, including different species of deers and raptors. Tell us, what is that green patch right in the center of the mountains?
The green patch is our feeding station dedicated to the raptors. We're collecting from the farmers in the area corpses that we know that they are not poisoning by drugs or poison, and put them there as a food
for the birds.
For the scavengers birds.
So is there not enough food for them to find it on their own?
No.
Many of the farmers poison the trespassing animals, so even if the raptors did find something to eat, chances are they're toxic. For many years, the number of griffon vultures flying over the Carmel Mountains have been declining, making them an endangered species.
The last count of the griffon vulture in Mount Carmel, we count 45 individuals in nature.
In order to strengthen their population, the birds are kept in breeding cages. Their first eggs are taken into incubators, encouraging the birds to lay more.
And after they're hatching, we raise chicks.
Okay. You introduce them to the wild?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the danger does not only lie with the raptors, but for the deers as well. The Persian fallow deer is just one of the species of deers that have gone completely extinct in Israel. 200
years ago, they extinct from the nature in Israel. And in the 70s, came here 4 females. This one is a female.
Only 4 Persian fallow deers came from zoos in Iran and Germany, and today Israel has the largest population in the world. Tel Aviv has been fighting since the year of 1927 to better the lives of abandoned or injured animals. Nonprofit organization SPCA opens its doors to any animals in need of shelter and protection. Just some of the animals housed in the facility include dogs, cats, rabbits, and even horses. The Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals has been founded during the British Mandate and has been helping animals ever since.
So Blackie, she was found on the side of the road more than 2 months ago. She was hit by a car and her leg was broken. She was brought to us and she was really the cutest thing. She was suffering, but she was still smiling. And we sent her to a doctor that can operate the leg. And now it's after 2 months, you can see she is trying to jump, she is very friendly, she's happy.
Super energetic.
Yeah, she still has another month because she has a metal pin inside her leg that we need to take out, and then she will be able to find a house and to start her new life.
The 10-month-old pup is just one of the many animals that were rescued and waiting to find a loving home. The educational department in the SPCA runs activities for all age groups to come and get informed about animal cruelty. Each day, the volunteers help to contribute to the well-being of the animals in the shelter. The organization also provides other services, such as a rescue center, a Department of Education, and a veterinary clinic.
This is why we stay here and we help them, because we know that once they found a family and they send us pictures and they say how happy they are, and it's the greatest feeling.
Ever thought how the world would be like without bees? Well, bees keep plants and crops alive, so they're pretty significant for the survival of agriculture.
One of the reasons that we have started our visitor center is because the importance of bees and because the importance to educate children and families about what bees give us. Most people think that bees give us honey, but the fact is that bees are most important because of their pollination.
Unfortunately, bees are under a dangerous threat and are decreasing in number. Their decline is attributed to a variety of factors, including pesticides, urbanization, and the spreading of diseases.
All right, well, we're about to enter the bee observatory. Just 500,000 bees.
More, don't tell her. This is a honeycomb. The bees are making the honey. All the capped cells here are cells that are already full of honey. So if I puncture them just slightly, you will see the honey dripping. This is how honey starts.
It is then taken to the extraction room where they extract the honey and are put into jars for sale.
So the type of flowers that the bees pollinate from, does it affect the taste of the honey?
Definitely. That's what determines the variety of honey, because if the bees pollinate avocado trees, then the nectar they will bring into the hive is avocado flowers nectar, and the honey is avocado honey. It's not the fruit, but the nectar of the flowers. Okay, Natalie, I've showed you everything we are doing here, and the only thing left to do is for you to taste honey.
Wow, it's very good.
Hey, Max. How's it like being a bee?
Israel's diverse climate, its unique geographic features, and it being the bridge between 3 continents all contribute to Israel being one of the greatest spots for bird watching. We're about to meet with the bird expert himself to see how many species of birds we can actually see here from Bet She'an.
Lior, the professional birdwatcher, has been fascinated with birds ever since childhood. He studies their behavior and travels around the world in search of new and more exotic birds.
Of course, the best place for me to watch birds is Israel, which I love birding over here because of the species that I'm used to. But we do get vagrants, birds that we don't get them every year. The thing in bird watching is that you can always have a surprise of species which you don't accept.
There are 550 species of birds that pass through Israel each year, 150 being local birds. The rest come from all the surrounding continents. Some come for the winter and some are summer visitors. Lior and I hopped in his car and began to explore. Israel is the only land bridge between Africa, Asia, and Europe. This leads to the migration of 500 million birds traveling throughout the country twice a year. To get a closer look, Lior took out his scope and camera to take a few pictures. Turns out some of them came out pretty amazing.
There we have one stork which is feeding there in the field. Have a look in the scope.
Here I see a black kite.
Yeah, black kite you can see, and you can see white storks. In Israel you have in the north a lot of wetlands like fish ponds, lakes. In South Israel, the deserts, you'll find desert species that like the desert habitats.
Lior leads many groups of people from all around the world who have an interest in the birds of Israel.
For example, many of the European birders They want to see all the birds of the Western Palearctic. And some of the species they can't find in Europe, so they'll come to see them over here.
The seasons of migration starts in August, where many honey buzzards and white storks can be seen. Many barn animals are confined within the walls of the factory farms with little to no access to the outdoors. The factory farms fail to provide the animals with a healthy, stable environment and are often treated as a product rather than living creatures. One Israeli organization decided to take a stand and establish a farm for the animals which would serve as a sanctuary. The Freedom Farm is the very first of its kind in Israel. They're treated as beings deserving of respect and compassion.
What we are doing here is that we are offering the way that we believe that the world should be and live as. And we are opening our arms and doors for everyone to come and see how it feels like to live with eye level with these amazing farm animals, which are our friends here.
The founders shared a vision with many of the people of Israel to improve the lives of the animals and aspired to make a significant change in the attitude of human beings towards the animals. The goal is not to shelter as many animals possible, but rather to educate the visitors on the welfare of the animals.
What I really love about this place is that you could get so personal and interactive with all of the farm animals, and you can't really do that anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
The animals are fed, sheltered, and loved by their devoted caretakers and receive the same love in return.
He is 6 months old, and this one, Eyal, he is only 3 months old. We approach everyone we can and invite everyone who wants to join us, help us make this dream come true. We are already halfway through and we are close to the dream.
Israel has the largest selection of different types of cheeses. We're here up in the Golan in Kurlander Farm, who's been in the dairy industry since 1951. Let's go check it out.
If your bucket list involves feeding a baby calf, then you're in luck. At Kurlander Farm, you can experience the day in the life of a cow while petting, feeding, and learning all about the cows and milk production.
They sleep on the straw and they eat it too. Who wants some water?
Because of Israel's difficult climate, the cows must receive loads of attention so they can efficiently produce milk. And because of Israeli-developed systems which have been implemented in the farm, including housing structures and cooling systems, the cows achieve much higher production than ever before.
They're lying around, chewing their cud, very happy in the sun. We open the roof for them. You see that the manure is very dry, we keep it very dry.
So this cow looks like he's ready to be milked, no?
They are before their milking session, but well, they look like this all the time.
So I've milked a goat before on the show, but never a cow.
So it's your lucky day.
It's my lucky day.
So this is our milking parlor. This is where we milk our cows 3 times a day. They come in here. Every cow's got a special identification tag on her leg. There's an antenna here. The computer gets all the information. This thing is also a pedometer that counts the steps, so we know when the cow's in heat, wants to get pregnant, or when she's about to deliver. All goes directly to my phone.
Wow, yeah. High-tech farmer.
Of course.
Now that we know how the cluster works, I think it's time to give it a try.
So, now you need to do it from top to bottom and open each
Squeeze
time.
it down.
Yeah, like this. So what we always do here, if we like someone, is this.
That was not fair. Look at that. All over me. Look at this.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
The milk that doesn't go to the factory is pasteurized right here in Kurlander Farm. They produce many different kinds of cheeses, from spreadable to harder ones. Have you ever dreamt of visiting Australia and exploring the exotic wildlife? Just an hour and a half away from central Israel, Kyboots near David has established a one-of-a-kind attraction.
koalas, emus, and kakadoos. These are all the animals that you could find in Australia right here in Israel, in Gangaroo Australian Park. So I have some food in my hand, so we're gonna go feed these little guys. Is that tasty? Are you enjoying it? So the climate between both countries, Israel and Australia, does it affect the kangaroos in any way when they first arrived?
Well, this area of Israel Emek Hamayonot is the climate and the flora and the fauna of this area is very similar to Australia. It's even a little bit better during the summer. So our kangaroo actually do very well here as far as the weather.
A kangaroo's favorite hobby is to relax and lounge in the sun, like many humans I know.
So where are we headed to next?
Right now we're going to go see Milo, our male koala. He's currently the only koala in the entire Middle East. They're like the exact opposite of the kangaroos. Kangaroos are the social animals that enjoy the contact with the visitors, and the koalas, because they're solitary, we leave him alone as much as possible.
Koalas are one of the only mammals in the world that survive without water. Everything they need is in the eucalyptus leaves. Gangaroo offers not only the expected Australian animals, but some lesser-known critters as well. These tropical parrots had but one interest: food. We were able to feed the birds with fruit skewers.
Oh my goodness, these birds are fearless.
These parrots were so fearless that one even decided to land on my head.
Okay, wait, this is too much for me! I'm trying to stay calm, but it doesn't happen every day. They are completely harmless?
Yes.
Wow, you could feel their bones and their sharp skin. It's so funny to see these animals so close.
Thank you so much for watching this Best of Animals episode of Cruising Israel. We loved having you here with us.
Don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.